Hello there, welcome to another great video game ideas not used podcast, GVGINU for short. As always, I'm Andre, and it is a pleasure to share my thoughts with you. So, you read the title of this, and it says Madfinger games on the Wii U. Yes, I'm talking about more games that could be ported to the Wii U that are on other platforms that would do really well on the Wii U as far as probably good sales. I know I would definitely pick these games up if they were on the Wii U, and the way I'm going to try to run through them, I'm going to sound a little clunky. I'll give you that, because I'm a gamer. I'm not really a tech guy per se, as I'm more in the gaming side of things. But I'll work my way through it somehow, right? I always do anyway. So, firstly, I'm going to talk about Shadowgun. You have Shadowgun and Shadowgun the Leftover, which on Android and iOS, you can download them as one thing, seeing as the Leftovers just the expansion pack to the original game, and you get it for free anyway. But what I would love to see them do is consolidate all three games, including Dead Zone, because that's the multiplayer portion. Consolidate all three games to one single download, and just allow you to pick from each one in like the main menu. It would be so much simpler than having to download separate things for the same title, pretty much. You could just call it Shadowgun Complete or the Shadowgun series or something like that, and put it on the Wii U. And the advantage of the Wii U, with the gamepad, you can play it on your television screen, or you can play it back on your pad screen. At the same time, you on TV play, you'd have like your items lined up on like a small HUD on your screen that you can just tap for quick access if you needed to, or they could allow for, the Wii U gamepad, Wii U Pro controller, or the Wii Classic controller, or the Wii Remote and Nunchuck setup. See, the thing is, that would allow you different options to play, and that will work really well for Shadowgun. I've seen videos of people using the Wii Remote and Nunchuck on it anyway for the Android version, and it looks like it's pretty stable for you to play the game that way. It would be fun anyhow. So I think that would be good for them to do, and they could do the same thing with Dead Trigger. Just put both games together on one single download. Dead Trigger, the way they run it, they do it as a free game, and then you have microtransactions within the game. For the Wii U, I would suggest, putting the content in there and selling Dead Trigger for like maybe $10 as Dead Trigger, the collection is a set, and allow people to just earn the stuff in the game as they rank up, because I'm not too sure how Nintendo feels about microtransactions within games outside of normal DLC. So this just my thoughts on it. But it will work out well, and I'm pretty sure a lot more people would buy it that way and be happy, because then they could just play through it and have all their shit right there, and they just have to unlock it. They have to earn it. I would enjoy that, and I know that Madfinger would make money off of that. It's not like people would stop with the Android and iOS versions of the game. They would still be buying it and playing it on there. But Nintendo is itself, and then it would be on Nintendo's network, so it would have to have something comparable. You'd have to have the advantage there, whereas iOS and Android players can pretty much play against and with each other. Nintendo players would just solely be able to play with other Nintendo players. At least that's how I would see it. That's for Dead Trigger and for Shadowgun. And it would probably look a little bit better on the Wii U too if they really wanted to push it. But they could also just leave the same graphics that they did for the Tegra 3. They could literally leave it looking like that and just port it over. I wouldn't mind. It would be nice if they decided to push the console, but they don't have to. At least not with that. Because those are already good games, and I love them. Then what they could do, I should have said this before, for Shadowgun, for the original standalone game, allow for multiplayer co-op, allow for local multiplayer, like with Dead Zone, allow for local multiplayer, and for the original Shadowgun and for the leftover, allow for co-op. I mean, they wouldn't have to change anything other than you have two slates on the screen. I think his name is Slate, but yeah, two slates on the screen and two people controlling them. That would be awesome. Either with local and or online multiplayer, and of course like voice chat, because people love to trash talk back and forth, and especially in game and shooters, it would be fun. Plus that way you could also if you're doing a co-op, if they were to do it that way, you could actually talk with your partner and back and forth and handle situations as they progress. But you know that was just my sole point there. I'd say for the Shadowgun series is a complete collection, and to like I said with Dead Trigger, for Dead Zone, for Shadowgun Dead Zone, to have not the microtransactions, but just like so you can unlock things gradually, but or use in-game money to earn them, just make the prices a little bit higher for certain things, so that you have to work harder to get them. Um, I say I'd see buying all three of those together for $15 on the eShop, not a bad deal if you do it that way. And for Dead Trigger 1 and 2, $10. Again, not a bad deal that way. I'd also like to see, Samurai 2. I mean, Samurai: The Way of the Warrior, and Samurai 2, both put on the Wii U, so that you can play it on screen and also play it on your I don't know. Got tongue tied there. You also play it on the gamepad screen. I didn't really get to play either of those games very much. I mean, somebody else who I had known had bought them. I kind of played them. I did enjoy them. I just didn't buy them myself yet, but I will eventually, so I can play them. I'm just waiting to get my good tablet and be able to play them that way. But I think that will work out well. I mean, you don't have to agree with me, but if you think about it, like think about the way I'm talking about it, it would be fun. And that would be something else that the Nintendo could say, well, we're working for our hardcore audience. These might be smaller time games, but these are games that people highly enjoy on the platforms that they are on already. And Madfinger Games is a well-respected developer for Android and iOS. And it's, like I said, it would be worth it. And like for people who don't know, you can actually play Shadowgun Dead Zone on Facebook. You can play it on Facebook. I tinkered with it a little bit. I didn't do too bad. I mean, that was my first time using keyboard and mouse together for a shooter. It's actually quite comfortable, but I still prefer a gamepad. So I downloaded the standalone for my computer, which runs beautifully on my very weak computer. So, but I think that's pretty much it. I mean, those are the games I would love to see put on the Wii U from Madfinger. Like I said, Shadowgun is its own set. Dead Trigger, own set. Samurai, that would definitely have to be its own set. That way, you can purchase them in bundles, and Madfinger would make their money off of them. They could do the games the way I described, and people would get their enjoyment out of them and their value back, and it would be fun. But I'm pretty much done there. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed the idea. I mean, hey, I'm going to definitely send this to Nintendo anyway, like I've been doing everything that I talk about them. So I'm going to continue on that streak. But thanks for listening in. Hope you enjoyed this idea. Keep your eyes and ears out for more of my stuff. And until the next time, enjoy your games.